Shalom, shalom. I'm getting on here pretty late tonight. I might upload this tomorrow in the morning. But I did do this the night after the Sabbath. So after, yep, after the Sabbath. So I've been saying Shabbat Shalom because every day to me is the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I you know, keep his Sabbath every day, keep his law, statutes, and commandments by the grace of the Most High, Yahuwah. But I was on this social media site, just kind of listening to this guy, and I believe, or I believe that the Most High, was telling me to go ahead and release this. And like I said in my other video, I said I was gonna do the message, but I've been putting it off because you know it's like, what do I know? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like they not listening to the Most High anyway. I'm just a vessel. I'm just allowing the Most High to use me, and just because I feel like um people not listening doesn't give me the right not to put the information out there, because uh it could save your soul. It could, you know, uh be your salvation. And so, like, I was listening to this guy, and he was speaking on Revelation 7, Leo Dotson, I think that's his name. And, it kind of confirmed what the Most High had gave to me, because, it said in the last days that we should be on one accord. And so the Most High was just, like, telling me I need to go ahead and release the message, because I just been putting it off. You know what I mean? But he was speaking on Revelation 7, and dealing with the seals and stuff like that. But my message that the Most High gave me was a little different. And so um, I had a night vision uh, the early this morning on the Shabbat. I had a vision, night vision, and the Most High showed me that it's a storm coming, and so we need to be getting prepared, taking cover, because there is a storm coming. I just seen like a whole bunch of uh, dark clouds coming. It looked like it was gonna get pretty bad, like it was like a tornado or something that was forming, but the clouds was real dark. And so um, I took cover in the basement, and ran down into the basement and took cover. Uh, and so it was kind of ironic that, because I like the guy Leo Dutson. He, I believe a lot of times is right on point. A lot of times, as servants of the Most High, as Yasharelites, we get jealous of each other's, gifts and stuff, and we don't give credit to where credit is due. The Most High tells us in His Word to let another man praise you, and the man, he's right on point. And so as he began to speak on these things, it gave me the courage to release what the Most High has given me. And so it also has to deal with Revelation 7 and Ezekiel 9. And so, as a Hebrew Israelite, I always um, revert the language back to Hebrew. And so it's kind of ironic because when Paul was talking about we press toward the mark of the high calling, I did a video on the mark, but in the video I didn't explain all the marks, but I was referring to the mark that was coming that we all know about. But the Most High has a mark too, and that mark is Tav. Uh, when you go look up Hebrew, in Hebrew, Tav means covenant. I lost my cipher because I've been facing a lot of warfare and a lot of battles and stuff, and it's kind of funny because you know people that don't really understand what's going on, they always try to take what you're talking about and try to you know uh, get clout off of it. Like I know who my provider is. I know who provides for me. Yahuwah is my provider, and He shall provide all of my needs according to His riches and glory. But He also tells us to that Yah loves a cheerful giver. And so at that time when I was asking for, and people to help me, I was going through a lot of warfare. There was a lot of things going on behind the scenes to where I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get a place to stay. And I'm still in that position because as as a servant of the Most High, I come under a lot of persecution. So if I ever asked for any money, it was because I really, really needed the help. But because um, it was hard keeping a job and dealing with gang stalking and dealing with gaslighting and dealing with all these things. I don't really talk about it because I don't really care because like I just learned to deal with it. You know what I mean? I know if God be for me, if Yahuwah Elohim before me, then who can be against me? But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this message real quick, and I'm gonna be real short. We're gonna go to Revelation 7 real quick. So let me pull up my King James Bible real quick, and
Do you also suddenly have a fast
you,
heartbeat? To help you understand your heart rate more effectively, blood sugar analysis.
Yeah, it do that every time you click on. I should have known better to put it on low, but it's kind of ironic because it's dealing with the heart. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people, in this hour, the Most High is dealing with the heart. And you can take heed to the message, or you can reject the message. You can allow the message to fall on good ground, or you can allow it to fall on stony ground. It's all up to you. All I gotta do is just do what I'm supposed to do so I can untie my hands and stuff and free myself. So I'm not gonna be long, but we're gonna go to Revelation 7, and we're gonna start at 1, and then we're gonna go to Ezekiel 9. And it said, and after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, north, east, west, and south, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth or on the sea or on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending. When my revelation of what those winds were is the warfare that's coming. The the NUCLAR warfare that's coming. That is my revelation on the four winds being held back. And so because the wind should not blow on the earth nor on the sea nor on any trees. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living Elohim, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. So they were given the power to hurt the earth and the sea. And that's what the warfare is going to do. It's going to contaminate everything, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Elohim in their foreheads. So that seal is the Torah, because the seal is the covenant. The covenant is the seal. And so if you have not been keeping the covenant, if it's not in your mind, you go back and read Deuteronomy 6 and 4, the Shema. Let's go back and read that. So you can go on and read that for yourself. Like I said, I'm gonna be pretty quick tonight. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy real quick, 6 and 4. Hear, O Yasharel, Yahuwah our Elohim is one Adonai, our one Lord. And thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thine heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. That's what Yeshua commanded us, is to love Yahuwah with all our heart, our might, and our soul. That was the commandments. That's the first four commandments. Thou shalt not have any God. Thou shalt not uh, serve any graven images. Thou shalt not take the Most High's name in vain, and thou shalt uh, keep the Sabbath and keep it holy. That is to love Elohim with all your heart, your might, and your soul. That is the first four commandments. Is to Elohim, and we know that four in the Hebrew language is dalet, and dalet is the opening of the doors. So you have to go back and understand and take it back to Hebrew and understand, what this means. Um, I forgot what the sixth number is. I was studying them to get them down by heart. But anyway, and these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. Remember, he said that, behold, I knock at the door. So, that's why he was talking about, he spoke about the parable where the seeds fell on stony ground and fell amongst the thorns and fell on good ground, because the word has to fall on good ground. And thou shalt teach them diligently until till thy children, and shall talk of them when thou sittest in the house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou layest down, and when thou risest up. But thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and thy shall be a frontlets between thine eyes. So what's between your eyes is your mind, is your brain, is in between your eyes. And so that's where the covenant has to be, in your mind. That's why uh David said, thy word have I hidden in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. So your heart and your mind is basically the same thing. They correlate each other. So when he's talking about the heart, he's talking about your mind. You see what I'm saying? So these things have to be in your mind. They have to be in your heart and your mind regulate each other, because with your heart you feel, but with your mind you think. You see what I'm saying? So your it's like when they tell you, when you get that gut feeling. You see what I'm saying? You always gotta follow your first instinct, the first thought. Don't ever go, second guess yourself. Once you hear that, that's, man, don't do that. That's what you follow. So it's got to be in your head. So um Tav, which is the X, is the covenant. Go look up everything that I'm telling you. You can just go look up Hebrew, Google it, Hebrew letter Tav. What does it mean? You can go look that up. You see what I'm saying? So these are the commandments that he gave us. And thou shalt write them upon the post of thy house and on thy gates. So the post of your house is your eyes and your ears. Those are the posts. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you in the army, you stand at post. When you at post, you do what? You watch. You're on post. You see what I'm saying? So, and it shall be, when Yahuwah thy Elohim shall have brought thee into the land which thou sware unto thee, for thy father, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities which thou buildest not. So there's the fourth letter, Dalet, which is the opening of the doors. Remember, he said, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour thee out a blessing. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm kind of getting off subject, but let's go now to Ezekiel, because Ezekiel is what is tied to, if when he showed me, is what's tied to Revelation 7. So we're gonna go to Ezekiel 9. We're gonna start at chapter 1. And he cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cease them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. So this is what's going on now. This is why we see the things going on at the border. You know what I'm saying? Because war is at the borders from the north and the south. You see what I'm saying? So like I told you in my dream. So he's calling everyone with his destroying weapon in his hand, and behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side, and they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. The brazen altar is where you were supposed to I think you were supposed to wash yourself at the brazen altar. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I looked at it. And the glory of Elohim of Yasharel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And Yahuwah said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. You know that Yah's people is Jerusalem. It's not just a land, it's a people. And set a mark. That's the mark. The mark is Tav upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of the earth thereof. And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. So if you don't have this mark, you're gonna be in trouble. And so as a servant of the Most High, it is my obligation to give you warning. Let him that have an ear hear. And may the peace of the Most High Yahweh rest upon you. Shalom, peace, and blessings.